sant yàlla.
looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
A better way to pay your UTG fees with instant proof of payment and real-time student portal update. Paying your University of the Gambia fees has never been easier or more convenient. With EcoBank, students, parents and guardians can pay UTG tuition and related fees through our secure digital banking channels such as EcoBank mobile app, EcoBank Online and EcoBank Omni Lite. Once payment is completed, instant proof of payment is generated and the UTG student portal is updated in real time, allowing students to proceed immediately with registration, course selection, and clearance without unnecessary delays, while giving parents and guardians peace of mind that payments have been successfully processed. How to pay via the EcoBank mobile app. Open the EcoBank mobile app and navigate to the home screen. Select Pay Bill. Choose Pay a New Bill and select Schools from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. How to pay via EcoBank Online or Omni Lite. Log in to EcoBank Online and Omni Lite using your credentials. Select the menu and choose Bill Payments. Choose Quick Bill Pay and select School from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Walk into any EcoBank branch or pay through our digital channels and enjoy instant proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
And now on Coffee Time, we are joined by Yuba Jaju. Yuba is a young Gambian who only got back home in the past week after being trafficked to Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast under the false promise of a job abroad. This is his first time speaking publicly about his ordeal, and he's chosen to do so not to look for sympathy, but to warn fellow job seekers that not every opportunity overseas is genuine. Behind many of these offers, he says, are traffickers who prey on ambition and desperation, turning dreams into exploitation. And Yuba wants his story to be a powerful reminder of the risks young Gambians face. He shares his experience, as I said, to help others avoid the same trap. Yuba, thanks for coming to Coffee Time with Peter
Thank
Gomez.
you, Mr. Gomez. I'm really honored. I'm pleased also to join you here to share my story with the people so that it will be an awareness raise for people to know that not all that sign is gold.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Tell us how you first came across the job offer that eventually led you to Cote d'Ivoire, wasn't it?
Yeah. Margaret Gomez from Fonyi Jajil, she's a friend of mine. We have been to school together for almost about 8 to 9 years. So she contacted me via WhatsApp, told me about this opportunity, that there is this friend of her down there in Ivory Coast who is working in one supermarket, and at that time they were looking for an English speaker to fill a vacancy. So she decided to contact Margaret. All of them are staying there, so that Margaret will at least help her in looking for someone back in the Gambia. According to her, she wanted to give the opportunity back to the Gambians. So that's how we get in touch with Margaret.
So what exactly were you promised, and what made the offer seem convincing at the time?
Yeah, so Margaret told me, because for me, I asked her a lot of questions concerning about the job. She told me that the salary is going to be 300,000 CFA. That's almost 40,000 Gambian dollars. And she also told me that there's a lot of opportunities there if I go. And currently for her, she's doing a course there, and at the same time doing a job that she didn't tell me. So I asked her a lot about the job, but she still told me that the job is legitimate, that if I go, we are going to be successful together. And Margaret is also someone that I trusted to the fingertip. During our school days, all my classmates can attest to it, that Taja is not someone that is manipulative. She is very kind, to be frank, but I was so surprised to encounter this with her.
Oh, this same Margaret is Thatcher?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, her name is Margaret Gomez, but normally for us we call her Thatcher.
After Margaret Thatcher,
yes.
the former British Prime Minister, they call her the Iron Lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And once you arrived,
yeah.
when did you realize things were not what you had been told?
So before I get there, she told me that I saw an interest, to be frank, and she told me that I needed to pay 85,000 Gambian dollars, and that one is for my rent fee, the apartment that I'll be staying. According to her, the owner of the supermarket already taken an apartment for the employees, but normally the employees needed to pay a percentage to stay in that to stay in that apartment, and that percentage is the 85,000. And she also recommended to me to buy the air ticket in Ivory Coast there. So I sent her the money. It's 21,500 for the air ticket, which she bought the air ticket and sent it to me. So, but she also she told me that if I wish, I can pay half of the money for the 85,000, and the other half I can complete it upon my arrival in Ivory Coast, which I did. I sent her via Wave 62,000, and all of those money I borrowed it from my friend, so that if I get there after working for some time, I can settle the money. So I sent her 62,000. The balance remaining for me to complete upon my arrival supposed to be 45,000 Gambian dollars, because in total the money is 106,500.
Dalasi. That you were supposed to pay?
Yes.
For a job that was going to earn you not more than 40,000 per month?
No, the 21,500 was for the air ticket. That one is included with the 85,000.
Okay.
So for the 85,000, she said, is for the 2 years. I don't need to pay any rent for 2 years.
Okay. So this is money for rent for 2 years?
Yes.
Okay.
So I agreed. In fact, I raised to her that how legitimate is the business, what is the level of trust that she will have to the friend of her that she said asked her to help her look for someone. Margaret told me that friend is trustworthy and she trusted that girl. And I also told her that I hope it's not about human trafficking. She said no. Oh. I can remember her telling me that
you really mentioned.
Yes, I'm having all of the message. Our conversation, everything is with me in the phone here. I asked her, Margaret, I hope it's not about the trafficking. She said, no, Yuba, I can never do such a thing to you. You have known me since then, and that's true. I have trusted Margaret to my fingertip. And I told her, I can remember telling her that, no, it's not about you. I'm trying to ring a bell at the other end with that friend, because I don't know how trustworthy. I cannot trust that friend. It's only you that can explain to me about her. Margaret told me that, don't worry. her exact word was, "Trust in Allah." That was her exact word. I believed her. And when she sent the air ticket, I left in the Gambia on the 15th of June 2026.
Oh.
So I landed in Abidjan around 6. So she picked me up with one friend. His name is Yaya Kamara. He is a Guinean national. So when they picked me up at the airport, they took me home. We boarded a vehicle. They took me home. To be fair, Abidjan is a developed country. It's a well-developed country. In fact, in Africa, they are among the strongest economy within Africa.
Cote d'Ivoire, you mean?
Yes.
Abidjan being one of the cities.
Yes, Abidjan.
Okay.
So, but the area that they took me to, it's a very poor area. And when we reached into that apartment, the so-called apartment, it's a 3-bedroom apartment, and they were up to 15 in that. So, but the moment I went in to pack my luggage in the boys' quarters, the other 2 bedrooms were occupied by females, and the third one is occupied by the males. But the moment I enter in the men's room, I couldn't resist the odor that hit me at that.
It was a stench.
Yes, because like that room, it seems like a store. It doesn't have a proper ventilation.
Okay.
So the other boys were staying in that room, and whilst the others do spend the night at the living room. So I told Margaret that I'm going to spend the night at the living room on a mat. She insisted that I have to go in. I told her that no, don't worry, I enjoy sleeping on a mat. I didn't want her to know the reason as to why I want to sleep at the living room. She quickly told me that, Yuba, right now for me, I am just here temporarily, me with others. The room that we were staying, it is under renovation. After completion, we are going back. But for you, upon completion of your payment, you will be going to your new apartment. I can remember asking her, what about the others? These people staying here, what job are they doing here? She told me, no, those people are doing a different job from what you came for. I said, okay. So she waited, because I reached there on Monday. So on Tuesday, I couldn't complete my payment because due to the exchange rate, the money that I went with, the exchange rate, it didn't reach the amount that we wanted. So I have to put in my pocket money. The pocket money was 5,000 that I changed into saving. I put that money in, but the money was not enough still. So it was left with $1,500 in Dallas. So I have to contact one of my friend back home to send in the money. So I completed the payment on Tuesday evening. So then she told me that, okay, then tomorrow, that's on Wednesday, we'll be going for the interview. So immediately I completed the money on Tuesday evening. She took me with the friend, Yahya, the Guinean national, to one restaurant, and Yahya ordered a lot of food there that we ate. I think they were just trying to show to me that there's life here. So for me, I was not suspecting anything. I trusted Margaret all along. So on Wednesday morning, I prepared myself. We went to the place. I went with her with one of the friend, Teres. I don't know whether she is a Guinean or a Gambian, because we have a lot of Gambians there, different nationalities. You have Senegalese, you have people from Burkina Faso, you have Guinean. So even Nigerians are there. You have a lot of them. So when they took me to the office, the guy that I met we met at the gate, opened the door for us. We knocked the door and he opened the door for us. But immediately he opened the door, I saw a lot of people inside the compound. They seated just like a in a classroom format. And there's this lady who was speaking to them in French. Seems like the lady is lecturing them. But I saw people whom we are living together in the room. And Margaret already told me that those people are doing a different job. So right there, I started to felt that there is something wrong somewhere. Because Margaret told me, I once asked her, I can remember, the day I came, she told me that those people are doing a different job. And now I am seeing the same people there. What is happening? But I didn't ask her about that. But I felt nervous instantly.
Why didn't you ask her?
Yes, I didn't ask her. I was just trying to see the end of it. Yes. So she took me to the office. At no time we reached in the office. The guy that we met at the gate, I believe he is also a Gambian. Because we have a lot of Gambians that hold high positions there.
Okay.
Yes. At no time he came in the office, he took all our phones away.
Took Margaret's phone.
He took my phone.
Took your phone.
He took Margaret's phone. He took Teresa's phone. All of the 3 phones away. The only guy having the phone there is the guy that we met in the office. He said his name is Yaya. You have 2 Yayas there. You have the Yaya of Guinea and this other Yaya. He told me that he is a Gambian from Talinding. So
does he have a surname? The other one is Yaya Kamara.
Yes.
This one is
this
Yaya.
Other Yaya, I couldn't remember. I don't remember him telling me his surname.
Okay.
Yes, but he said his name is Yaya. So the moment they took my phone again, I started to the same thing, feeling nervous. I started to feel that there is something wrong somewhere. I don't know. But like this thing, I started to feel that it's not going to go well. That's the feeling that I was having at that juncture. So Yaya welcomed me, and she started to joke with me. I can remember him saying that, I see you are smiling. Yeah, when she started to joke, I remember him saying, I see you are smiling. And for him, I was smiling, but for me, I was just showing my teeth.
Okay.
The smile was not intentional, because like I was just vibing along with them. I didn't want them to detect that I am not comfortable. I don't want to, be there, because I don't know what is going to happen next. So Yaya was, cracking jokes. For me, I understand the strategy that he was doing. He was trying to settle me down before the storm. After almost a 5 minute of boring jokes, finally, he told me that, Yuba, calm down yourself. What you are brought to do here, you are not here for that.
Oh.
He told me straight away. He told me that, do you know what is networking? I said, networking, of course I know networking. He said, exactly. That's what you are here for, Ignite networking. For them, they call it Ignite networking. So I was instantly disappointed. And
so you understood Ignite networking?
Because, yes, the moment he started to explain it, my mind clicked. Because I was once introduced with this business in the Gambia called Tunet.
Okay.
It's more of the same, just that they have a name different.
Okay.
So he was having this book that he was opening, and he took me through the business.
Just I can hear your watch, hitting against the base of the. Sorry. All right, that's fine. Yeah.
So he took me through the business. For me, instantly, I lost interest, because what I came for, I didn't find it there.
Okay.
But for him, he kept on going on and on.
So he told you that what you were told and the reality are different.
In fact, he told me that the 85,000 that you paid, a high percentage of that money is going for the business, for the office, and the other second percentage will be going to Margaret, because she was the one that brought me, and she told me that the the third percentage will be going to the house that you are currently staying. And that's the very moment that I realized Margaret lied to me all along, because she told me that after completion of the payment, I'm going to be relocated to my final apartment, And she also told me that for her, she will be leaving to the next for going back to the apartment that she was staying. The apartment was on the renovation. But Yaya in the office told me that money is going to be paid in that apartment. That's the moment I realized that was my final destination.
That's where you were going to be for the next 2 years.
Yes, that's the moment I realized that. I was so disappointed. So after almost 1 hour, 30 minutes or so, Yaya was going on and on. He was more of repeating himself about the business. And every moment he would be like, I hope you are understanding. Even Margaret would be like, Yuba, I hope you are understanding. Try to ask as much questions as you can to clear your doubts. For her, the thing went from a job interview to trying to encourage me to ask more questions to have a better understanding about the business. But for me, I was just like, of course I'm understanding. I was just smiling along, I didn't want them instantly to detect of that I don't like the business.
Okay. So when Yaya told you that the job you were promised was not the job you were going to do, did he tell you what you were going to do in Cote d'Ivoire?
Of course. He told me that, you are also going to, he opened a book and tried to draw something. He told me that when you also bring someone, you are also going to benefit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it have to be someone that you trusted.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to bring someone that I trusted, just like Margaret brought me on, because he trusted me. That's why he brought me. So this thing, if I am also to bring someone, I will also bring someone, deceive someone that I trusted. So with that, the more you bring people on, the more money you get.
Oh, dear.
So from the IAS office, they took me to the second office. So in that office, they made me sign a document. That document is about me agreeing on their terms and conditions. But for me, I signed because I was scared. I didn't know what is going to happen next if I decided to refuse signing. Yes, because Margaret was the only person that I can trust. And already I lost trust on her. I don't know what is going to happen to me next. So I decided to sign. When I signed, they gave back the document to Margaret. She also signed a portion. So they told me that the same document, they told me that, okay, Margaret is now your boss because he's the one that brought you. You can also try to bring someone else for you to, also gain something. From that office, they took me to a third office. In that office, I met a young man there. He's also a Gambian. So that guy told me that Yuba, when he asked my name, he told me that Yuba, don't be sad about this because even for me, they deceived me to come here. That guy, he said he is a player.
Footballer?
Football, yeah, he's a footballer. He told me that they deceived me that there is a football trial here. So I came and realized that the trial that they told me was all false. But upon going through the training that I am currently going at that moment, he said he came to realize that he can gain a lot of money from the business, and that's why he decided to stay. So he was like trying to encourage me that he knows that I will feel bad, the strategy that Margaret used to bring me, but even with that, let me be patient and try to complete the training. I will understand the business and I will be successful. So he also went on and on and on the strategies of the business. I can remember him explaining about the traditional strategy. Yes, that traditional strategy, if you are to bring someone,
yes,
you bring someone that you trust. And you will also try to link, you also try to bring that person through something that you believe that the person will love to do. Example, if the person is a football player,
yes,
you will tell him that there is trial, and that person, of course, will love to come. So he told me that you have to contact people that they 100% have your trust, and you also try to deceive them, try to bring them on through something that you believe that they will love to do.
Okay.
So he also kept going on and on, almost an hour or so. Finally, I have to tell him that, to be frank, I am very tired. And he told me that, okay, we can call it a day, and you have to come back tomorrow because the training is in 3 days. But for me, I agreed, but I have in mind that was my final day in that office.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were not going to be
going,
part of them.
Yes, I'm not going to come back again in that office because the place that we are staying and the office, it's a bit far. So when we were on our way going back home, Margaret still was on me. She told me that, Yuba, I am sorry. I know it's painful. The strategies that I used to bring you on, it's painful, but at least try and complete the training. If you complete the training, you will have a better understanding about the business. For me, I was trying to process the disappointment that I got from that office and from the trust that I got from Margaret. So I couldn't speak much. She told me that try to ask as much question as you can. I was like, it's easy to understand. So I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her much at that juncture. When we reached home, I told her that, Margaret, I think I'm going home. I cannot stay here. He told me, what? No, Yuba, you cannot go home. You have to sit and complete the training. I believe you don't understand this business. That's why you want to go. And if you go, you are going to be disappointed because this is a big opportunity that we can change our life. I told her, Margaret, I cannot, do a business that involves deception. So it's better I remain poor forever. But I cannot do this. She went in her room. She called me in. Inside the room, I met their Yaya. I believe Yaya is their boss because they have different apartments.
Okay.
So, but each apartment, you have a leader. I believe Yaya is their leader, a Guinean national.
The Yaya Kamara.
Yaya Kamara. Because how I know that, even their meals, mostly Yaya is the one that gives the money. He was carrying all along this bag, and it's very rare for you to see Yaya without that bag. I believe there's money in that bag.
Okay.
So I met...
Part of the money in that bag is money from Yuba Jaju.
Exactly. So when I met him in the room with Yaya, another boy came in. So all of them were trying to encourage me to stay and complete the training, to go back the next day. That was on Thursday, for me to complete the training. So I insisted that I am not, going to stay. I'm going back to the Gambia. I cannot stay here I cannot stand to deceive people to come here. And when they come, they see the realities. It's better I remain how I am. But I cannot do that. So that night, they were all tiring on me, trying to encourage me to stay. That if I go home, I'll be disappointed or because there's a lot of money there. But finally,
yes,
because that time I was trying to process the disappointment that I have. So finally I told them that, okay, I'll be going the next morning. That was on Thursday. In the morning, there's this boy that came to me. He is also a Gambian. I don't know his name. He told me that, Sonakala, go and prepare. We go to the office.
Okay.
I told him that, nope, I am not going. He said, what happened? But yesterday night, you promised that you'll be going. I said, yes, yesterday I promised that I'll be going. And this morning, I am saying that I'm not going. He was just looking at me. He said, what happened? He was going on asking the reason as to why I don't want to go. I keep on repeating the nothing. So Margaret also came to me. She told me that I believe that boy went to her to tell her that Yuba said he's not going. Then Margaret came with another strategy. She told me that, okay, now you are not going to the office. You are meeting someone outside so that person will take you through the business. I told her that, nope, I'm not going. He said, what happened? I said, nothing. I'm not going. So she was insisting, trying to encourage me about the business. She told me that, look, Yuba, I did this all to help you. I want us to be successful together. Because Margaret had a dream. Her dream is to gain a lot of money there, come back to the Gambia, build a compound, establish her business. She's married, and her husband is in Germany. So I still insisted that I'm not going. So in the evening, the same Yaya, now the final person that came is Yaya. Not the final person, but Yaya came to me, also told me that, okay, Yuba, in the evening, he told me that, prepare yourself, we'll be meeting this man outside. I told him that, for whatever reason, they want me to meet this man. I don't know the man. I told Yaya that, why not this man come in the house here so that we can meet? He said, no, that man wants to meet only you, and you have a lot of people here. He cannot come in the house. I told him that, well, I cannot trust that man. I'm not going outside. So the next day, that was on a Friday, this man, that man that we met at the office gate, I don't know, I believe he is a security. Okay. I don't know, I cannot confirm that. But guess what? That guy came with a Quran.
The Holy Book?
Yes.
Okay.
Because for them, I believe they realized that I'm a practicing Muslim. So he came with a Quran. He told me that he's also a Gambian. He told me that Yuba, no, he do call me Sheikh. He told me that Seko, ntete nene la Quran buko fang bembulle fang ni la fang ba mutala ngakale. He told me that I cannot deceive you. I'm having the Holy Quran. If you want, I can hold it and swear to it that this business is genuine. But we can go and meet a man outside. He also came with the same story. I believe they communicated to the office that I said that I am not going back. So he said, we can meet this man outside. If you don't want to go to the office, fine. But at least go and meet this man. He will explain it to you. I said, no, I'm not going. So that Friday, when it was time for Juma prayer, I prepared myself. I asked them, where is the nearest, mosque? They told me that, okay. They pointed me to that guy that came with the Quran. They told me that go with him. He will show you the masjid. The moment I was about to reach him, I saw him communicating with the other people. They were all we were all staying in that compound, but they were sitting outside. I saw him communicate. So the moment I about to reach, they all kept quiet. So I suspected something. I went to him. I told him that they said I'm going with you to the mosque. He told me, okay, let me go and perform ablution. The moment he went to perform ablution, I started to feel that probably something is wrong somewhere. So I changed my mind instantly. When he came out, I told him that I'm not going. I'm going to pray in the house. He told me that, what happened? So I told him that nothing. I just don't want to go. I'm going to stay and I'm going to pray in the house. He went. When he went, so at that moment, I isolated myself in the compound. I isolated myself. The only friend that I have there was my phone. And all along, I was communicating to Narcisse Marena about it. I also communicated to my auntie. So for them, because Margaret once told me, for them they thought that they were the only people that can help me to get back home. So when I isolated myself, they just, they were just leaving me to be in that situation because they believe no matter how long I take to isolate myself, I'll go back to them.
To be sent back home.
Yes, to be sent back home, or probably I can change my mind because sometimes Margaret will be in her room and be sending me the links of that business. She will be like, go through this business, you will understand more about the business, blah, blah, blah. But for me, sometimes I do respond and sometimes I feel like responding. I can remember telling her, Margaret, why do you decide to deceive me? Do you remember during our school days when we sit, we do laugh together, I try to remember her about...
We were very honest to one
yes,
another.
I told her that, Margaret, to be frank, I really trusted in you. I couldn't believe what is happening. He told me that, no, Yuba, I'm sorry, but I want us to be successful, That's why I told her that it's better I remain poor forever, but I cannot do this. I told her that I cannot do this. So I was communicating with Nasi. I believe Nasi communicated to Alaji Baro.
What's Nasi say to you?
Nasi say is my boss. There is this course that she initiated in the Gambia called Montessori. So she was the one that initiated it, and that's where I get to know Nasi. So Nasi communicated to Alaji Baro, I believe, and Alaji Baro communicated to one Ibrahim Anjai who stayed in Ivory Coast there. So they sent my number to Ibrahim Anjai who communicated to me. So Ibrahim Anjai asked about my exact location. But for me, I don't know that place because that was my first, time traveling to Abidjan. So what I did was, I went to a nearest shop within the area. When I told him to call me, I'll give the phone to a shopkeeper. So when he called me, for me, I cannot speak French, and the shopkeeper was speaking the only language that I believe he was communicating there is French. So the moment I reached in the shop, I pointed the phone to the shopkeeper.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't. In fact, I just pointed the phone to him.
Okay.
So he picked up the phone, and I had them communicating in French. So I had the shopkeeper saying pharmacy. And there is a pharmacy within that area. So when I took back the phone, Ibrahim Jaya told me, okay, I think I know the place that you are. I am far from there, but there is this friend of mine who is within that area. His name is Landing Sanya. So Landing contacted me. They sent me Landing's number, and Landing contacted me. He told me that, okay, let's meet at the pharmacy. I know the pharmacy, but like if I am to go to the pharmacy, because I was connected on a Wi-Fi, if I am to go to the pharmacy, the range of the Wi-Fi, I will not get.
Okay.
So what I did was I took a selfie of myself and sent the picture to Sanyang, and I went. I stood at that pharmacy for some time. I saw a man waving at me. I believe it's Sanyang, and he was the one. I went to him. When I was coming out, I asked Lani if I can bring on my luggages. He told me that no, leave your luggage behind and come. So Sanyang took me to his compound. But the moment I reached in the compound, few minutes, Margaret started to communicate to me. She said, Yuba, where are you? What's your location? It's time for lunch. I told her that don't worry about me, I'll be fine. He threatened me and told me that,
Until now, they were nice to you.
Yes, he told me that, okay, Yuba, you are not having documents. When the police catch you here, they are going to take you to wherever and they will drop you. You cannot come back. You have to come back. I told her that, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. She gave the phone to the next person. That person sent me an audio. I didn't respond. So I was there until almost 3 hours. Nasi already told me that I will be moving to Ba Usman Jamme's compound at 6. That he was the one that would be responsible for my air ticket. So at 6, I told Sanyan that I think we can go back to the compound. Sanyan told me that let's go to the compound and bring your luggages. This time around, I went with Sanyan back to the compound because it's not that much far. So when we reached the compound, Sanyan stood outside. I went in and out. I picked my luggages. On my way out, they all rushed to questions. Where are you going? But that time, Margaret was in her room. I didn't in fact tell her that I'm going home. So they all rushed to question, where are you going? I told them that home. So the moment I left, I was going with Sanyang to the main road. Yaya Kamara was following me with one boy. Yaya asked me whether I know this man. I told him that of course I know him. Yaya told me that I'm not going. They cannot entrust me with someone that they don't know. They were just trying to act like a caring mother at that moment. But for me, I understand their strategy. They just don't want me to leave. So I told Yaya that, of course, I know this man and I am going with him. So when we reached at the road, Yaya was still insisting that they cannot. Yaya started calling outside. I don't know. I believe he was calling someone that is superior to him or people at the office. So Yaya, tried to give the phone to Sanyan, the guy I came with, for Sanyan to communicate with those people. And Sanyan exploded on him. Sanyan told him that he is not going to pick any call, unknown person. He's not going to speak, So Yaya tried to give me the phone to receive the call. I insisted that I'm not going to talk to that person. Whoever he is or she is, I'm not going to talk to him because I sponsored myself to come and now I want to go home. So I don't need to talk to any person to go home. So, I can see the angriness in Yaya's face looking at me. But I didn't pay much attention to it. But whilst we were there, Sanyang already booked a Yango.
What's a Yango?
A Yango. So they have car company, but you can use an app to order a vehicle to come.
Okay.
So that car, they will come to
So
your...
a Yango is like Uber to them?
Exactly.
Okay.
They can come to your location using the GPS.
Okay.
So whilst we were there, Sanyang already booked a Yango.
Okay.
So there was exchange of words. At no time before the Yango driver came, Margaret came out. She told me that, Yuba, where are you going? I told her that I'm going home. Mm-hmm. She tried to, talk to me. I told her that, don't worry, Margaret, I'll be fine. The Yango driver came. We boarded in with Sanyang, and we left. So along the way, Sanyang alighted to his compound. I continued with the Yango driver because he already knows my destination.
Okay.
So the Yango driver took me straight to Ba Usman's compound. It's a bit far, almost 15 to 20 minute drive. Okay. So in Ba Usman's Jamme's compound, Ba Usman lodged me, and he booked a flight for me that brought me to Dakar.
He paid for your flight?
Yes.
Okay.
So I landed in Dakar, and Nasi already arranged a driver for me at Dakar. Okay. So that driver picked me up. He took me to the garage. I boarded the vehicle back to the Gambia.
Okay. So, I mean, lucky you. I mean, you didn't spend...
And I didn't... Sorry, I missed this. There's this Sarhule guy also who was calling me, because I believe they also sent him my number. He was also trying to reach me. He's staying in Abidjan there. So that guy told me that, you are not the first guy that fall into this trap. I have helped almost 30 Gambians to go back home.
30?
Yes. And the Sanya also, that I came in to pick my luggage, he told me that you are lucky. He told me that he have saved 3 people and I'm the 4th one. And the other guy, he said they took him to the forest. That's where they keep him. So that guy was calling the mom to send in money, and the mom contacted Landing. Landing told the mom that don't send the money. These people are scammers, So Landing communicated with the boy, and he escaped the boy. So these people are operating. What they normally do is they try to link you with something that they believe that you will love to do.
Okay.
Yes.
So in your case, were you working in a supermarket here? Did you ever work in a supermarket?
In
so
fact,
why would you accept a job?
In fact, I asked Margaret, what are the requirements? He told me that you just need to speak English. That's what she told me. You just need
So you were actually going to be a translator in a supermarket or what?
She said, I'm going to be a seller.
But you were not selling here. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So, I decided to go on because, the seller that she told me that it's almost 40,000. So I was just trying to make my budget, try to make my plans, what I'm going to do with it. So that's the reason why. And she also told me that there are a lot of opportunities there. So I just decided, just like I trusted Margaret, that she will not put me in anything that is...
Okay, you may have trusted Margaret, but there must have been something, in this offer, all right, that wasn't genuine. So, I mean, looking back, what was it? Were there any warning signs that the offer wasn't genuine? And what should young Gambians, watch out for when they get these offers?
Yes, I believe they need to be careful, especially from the people that they may think that they trust them. Yes, because normally whatever they are promising you down there is not there. Because Landing told me that is a beautiful compound. Normally, they have a day when they go there and be making video calls, trying to show people that they are living good, So whatever they are promising you, either that they are living, they are not into anything genuine, they are just living with the money that are scamming from people. That's the only thing that they are gaining money from. Okay. So people need to be careful on that. Whoever is communicating you, whether mostly sometimes they communicate to even family members. Okay. So even Margaret told me that for her they even deceived her to go there.
And now she was trapped.
But yeah, she told me that the moment she went there, when she knew the realities, she cried the whole day. But after going through the training, she realized that she can get money from it. So that's why she decided to stay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what's your message to young Gambians who may be tempted by similar job offers abroad?
fellow Gambians, my beautiful people of Fonyi, Margaret Gomez is someone that I know. He's from Jajil. I known her we have been to school together for almost 8 to 9 years. She was someone that I trusted to my fingertip. But I'm saying this because people may think that the trick is keep, but it's not keep. I call it's an expensive one. Anyone can fall into this trap. I don't want anyone to fall into the trap, and that is why I am here to share with Gambians that they need to be extra mindful on any job offer, especially from Africos. And not only Africos, even in Senegal they are there, because those people, they told me that they normally have a trip to Dakar, they have their other people there. So even in Dakar, Senegal, they are there. So Gambians, we need to be very careful on these jobs offer because there's a high possibility that it's a scam.
Okay. Yuba, thank you very much for your time this morning.
And my final...
Sure.
Yeah. Finally, I want to thank Nasi Semarena. I want to thank Alhaji Baro.
By the way, that's the Alhaji Baro you used to hear.
Alhaji Baro, yes. Ibrahim Anjay, Landing Sanyang, Osman Jamme, and Mahmoud Disarholegai. I want to thank them all because they were relentless to help me out. And Nasi, every morning, whilst I was there disappointed, every morning Nasi will be texting me to check on me, whether I'm fine, or like trying to check me. I can remember her telling me, Yuba, we are going to get you out there. And those words motivated me that I was not alone in this. So I really, their help is good. Can you imagine Usman have to cancel his meeting to try to help me out? So I am so grateful. All their help is gold. Thank you.
Okay. Just one final question. What do you think authorities in the Gambia can do to protect job seekers from traffickers like these ones in Cote d'Ivoire?
Yeah, I think they need to raise awareness. They need to communicate to people wherever they think that it can reach people. They communicate to people to raise awareness that people need to be extra careful on this. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I think that is being done. In fact,
yeah.
Right after we finish, NATIP. Have you ever heard of NATIP? The National Agency Against Trafficking in People.
I have. Yeah.
They are going to be on the radio straight after you. So at least awareness creation is ongoing. All right. Yuba, thank you once again.
Thank you.
Sant yàlla. looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
A better way to pay your UTG fees with instant proof of payment and real-time student portal update. Paying your University of the Gambia fees has never been easier or more convenient. With EcoBank, students, parents and guardians can pay UTG tuition and related fees through our secure digital banking channels such as EcoBank mobile app, EcoBank Online and EcoBank Omni Lite. Once payment is completed, instant proof of payment is generated and the UTG student portal is updated in real time, allowing students to proceed immediately with registration, course selection, and clearance without unnecessary delays, while giving parents and guardians peace of mind that payments have been successfully processed. How to pay via the EcoBank mobile app. Open the EcoBank mobile app and navigate to the home screen. Select Pay Bill. Choose Pay a New Bill and select Schools from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. How to pay via EcoBank Online or OmniLite. Log in to EcoBank Online and OmniLite using your credentials. Select the menu and choose Bill Payments. Choose Quick Bill Pay and select School from the category options. Select University of the Gambia. Select the specific product you are paying for. Enter your matriculation number and tap Continue. Validate your details. The system will display the payable amount. Press Continue to confirm the payment. An e-receipt is generated automatically as proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. Walk into any EcoBank branch or pay through our digital channels and enjoy instant proof of payment with real-time updates on the student portal. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.